Bienvenido, welcome Amoni Boy, your favorite hobby tourist. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Actually, hold up, before I get going, let's lower the music. It is a little loud compared to my voice. I think that's going to be a little better. Yeah, because I do want a little bit of ambiance and stuff. I don't actually want it to be distracting, you know? But I think that is gonna be a good volume, at least for the stream, I think. But yeah, for today, I thought, because normally for like the mini devlogs, I'll just talk about what I'm doing or like what I'm working on and stuff like that. But but today I have an itch to actually be in engine today. Like, well, not in engine. I'm actually gonna be in a 3D modeling software for today. It's still going to be a short devlog. I'm just going to be chatting or whatever, like a little bit what I'm up to, what I'm doing. But I also want to work and you could see the process, which I will be doing more of. I'm actually going to start doing, late night streams of me working on my game and like it'll just be ghosts. It won't be me talking, which is okay. But like I said, on the right, I'm over here, Oni Boy, and on the left, it is Ghost. We both share the same body, but it's the same. One talks, one doesn't, one does all the work. But yes, like I said, how are you all doing? Like obviously, currently right now, I don't see anyone in there. Well, it's not a big deal. I know people watch this later too. And you know what? I want you all to tell me how you're doing using 3 emojis. I think that is such a fun concept. So I want to see like 3 emojis, and later I want to guess how your week was, or how it's been, or how it's going. I think it'll be really fun to see and do with everybody. But yeah, okay. So if you didn't know, I am making an action adventure game based on the Caribbean. Is heavily inspired by the Caribbean. So you go island to island, helping people, helping creatures, and the creatures also help you along the way. So think like a mix of like a Zelda, Pokemon, but throw them in the Caribbean. That's kind of like the concept I'm going with for this game. And right here is actually one of the characters. It is a character that'll be like alongside you. Here, I'll actually show you what it looks like. It'll give me like one moment. It's actually in the other here. I'll go into the chat. No, hold up. Let me see. I don't want to remove it. I want like let me see, how can I do this so I can switch over without ruining it for you guys? All right, let's see. So this is the live, and then I could do, I want to see. Okay, so that shouldn't switch you over yet. So I want to be able to share this thing. So I'm going to throw it over into the drawing one. Let's throw that in here. And then I want to paste it in here. There it is. Okay, so let's transfer that over so you can see it. Perfect, I think. So this right here, this character, I'm going to share right now. This one, this is the main character. Well, actually, in the finished version, when you play the game, you actually make your character. But this is like, imagine this is like the demo character you're going to see when you play the game, and like this will actually be an NPC also in the game. So like when you play the demo, you'll be her. Her name is Sunny. So you'll be her in the demo version. And then when it's like the full release version, you'll see her in town as like kind of like her journey started like the year before yours. So she's an experienced Ishi. That is what you play in the game. You play as an Ishi. So it's like these people who chose to be special and to be loved by Oris. And that is, you might think that this little pot thing is an Ori. It's actually not an Ori. That is something else. I don't want to say exactly what it is, but I do want to leave some things as mysterious and whatnot. But it is like your source of magic, and one of the ways of how you bond with these Oris. Oris are like little spiritual creatures that you'll find in the story. Like I said, you'll have adventures, and sometimes you'll encounter these spirits, and then other times they'll join you and they'll become your friends, or they're the opposite side, or it's kind of like a back and forth kind of thing going on. And let's hear. I'm gonna hide this, or actually, hold up. I'm not gonna hide it. What I'm gonna do instead, I'm just gonna make it really small, just in case people are like, hey, what is this? I could just show you what it looks like, right? I think here in the corner is a good spot. I don't think you need to look at this corner anyways. There's nothing important in here. But yeah, like I said, I just want to work a little bit, and chat, which is all good. And yes, okay. So like I said earlier, I am working on this guy. He is an Aromi that I will tell you what it's called, but it's like a little pot dude, like a little pot character. There's, like I said, they're your source of magic in the game. When you use magic, because you're able to battle using the little, if you see the character, she has a little green tool. In the end, there'll be different color ones, but just as an example, here's a green one, and there's like her way of moving quickly. Think of it as like I want to say like a sprint. So yeah, consider it the sprint of the game is the board, and then like she's also able to use it as a weapon. But then like your magic, like if you want to cast spells, it actually comes from the little arome, which is a little honeypot. So it is like kind of your bestie along your adventure. It is like one of your besties. You do get another one. Like, I wouldn't say it's necessarily a starter like in Pokemon where you pick a starter. It's not like that. It's actually gonna be a little different, where when you go on your adventure, you like the very within game, there'll be like a week of like, oh, okay, so you're doing like the process of becoming an Ishi. It's like a festival. It's like a fun festival. It's actually how it's gonna start. I'll ruin that part, but I don't mind. Either way, you start as this regular person, and you chose to be special. You chose to be loved by these Oris, and like by doing that, you go on like a little like your first quest. Everyone goes on this quest, and in the quest, you're gonna meet a whole bunch of different Oris. And so in this, and it's obviously it's imagine like I guess imagine Pokemon. It's just like the good comparison. So imagine you playing Pokemon, and then like every Pokemon you meet along the way in like going to the first gym, all of those are your possible starters. So you don't actually have a starter in the beginning. And then after you go to your first gym leader, let's say, I'm just using Pokemon as an example. You go to the first gym leader, that is when your starter shows up. In like the very first mission, it's like, oh my god, this is my starter. It's, I don't know, whoever I bumped into. I don't know. First one, I don't know if I'm using, let's see, like, what is it? Scarlet and Violet, for example. You wander around, and the first one you see is Lechonk shows up into the first gym. You're like, oh my god, this is my starter. This is my special friend who came to save me on my first, mission or whatever. So I think that'll be really interesting, and it'll just be, it'll be semi-random. I want to say, like, they will have like some features. Like, I'll have like these hidden numerical values to them. Like, so in your journey, you meet these Oris, in like your very first mission. So you meet the Oris, and then it'll be randomized of like with these, like they'll give them like random values, and then when you get to that mission, it'll pick from that. It'll be like kind of like a pool system. So it's like every single one you meet will be in this pool, and then it would be like selected for the mission. And you might be thinking, oh, like that's a really weird way of picking it. It's like, yeah, I know, because that's I'm doing it because like the one of the big themes I want in this game is to is like friendship, and making relationships with people and etc. And it's one of those things. Sometimes your best friend, you have no clue who it is going to be. You wander around, you meet a ton of people, and then it just happens to be this random person that you just met. I don't know, like a coffee shop, and say, and that's your best friend. Now you're friends for like 20, 30 years. So I thought that'd be like a fun way of introducing something like that. It's like, okay, this is your best friend, and you just happen to meet them. But yeah, like that's the general concept of like Ori's the game I'm working on. And so yes, okay. So like I said earlier, I wanted to work a little bit. I know I'm just like talking and talking, and like Ghost isn't doing anything. He's like just chilling, waiting for me to stop talking. But that's, how I am. I am a little chatty at times. I can be, but it said. But yeah, so I thought we could go in here. Hey, so if you're wondering, this is called Maya. I know you might be wondering. A lot of people use Blender. I've tried it. I don't know. I didn't like it too much. I went to art school. I didn't finish it, but I went to art school, and what we used there was Maya, which is what's it called? The industry standard. If you're not aware, And right now I am doing something called retopolizing. Sorry, I had like a hiccup there for a moment. Excuse me. So sorry. Let me drink a little bit of water. Oh, I'm so sorry. But yeah, like I said, I'm. But yeah, like so, I'm working on a fun action adventure game, and like I just want to share that with you all. Let's see. Oh no, not what I wanted to do. Let's do this one. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm doing, what I like doing, I'll sculpt I'll sculpt this in ZBrush. So sculpt in ZBrush is a different software. Maybe a different day I could do something like a new project in ZBrush so you could see it. I also have to redo I gotta redo Sunny. Just because the version I have is kind of old and it doesn't look good. At least for me, my own taste, it doesn't look good. So I might redo her very soon because I want to. Just because the version I have of her is very old. I did it a while ago. But like now I feel like her design is significantly better. Like look at her. Like I feel like she looks good. I could imagine her running on the beach, hanging out with her creatures and like, with her oris. But anyways, so let's do this. So yeah, I usually go with like in ZBrush. And then I will retopolize it in Maya just because it's a lot better. I know like other people have told me, oh, why don't you just do it in ZBrush? Do the retop. I'm like, yeah, but it doesn't look as good. Like it doesn't like the retopping in ZBrush tends to be like it's not very organic. Like I mean, not organic. I mean, it's not very trying to think of the word uniform. It doesn't look very uniform. Also could be like maybe not as familiar with ZBrush as I am with Maya. Just because with Maya, I've used that I know it pretty well. Just I went to school and that was like the thing they taught us. And it was one of the first software I played with, believe it or not. I remember I was like a kid and I thought it was so cool, the 3D stuff. And I asked a friend of my dad's about that, about 3D software. And he was able to get a copy of Maya 4 at the time. So you can imagine how long ago this was. I mean, I don't think it was new either way. It was like a pirated version, I'm pretty sure. Unless I think he might have actually had a friend that worked in the industry that did like animation. So he might have actually been able to get it in like a legitimate sense. But I don't know. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that because I don't know. Okay. So yes, we're gonna do this. I just thought it'd be fun, like a different pace. You know what I mean? Because I'm always just talking and like sharing drawings or something, or maybe like a 3D model. And I was like, I want to share me actually working a little bit and chatting. Like that was actually what I originally wanted to do from the very beginning. I was only gonna do this, but I was so nervous of like talking and working. Because one thing is talking, one thing's talking and working. It is a little different. Like you lose what you're doing. You're like, okay, what am I doing here? So I feel like and then here, this is what I'm doing here. You're wondering, I'm relaxing it. So it makes it a little smoother. And then let's do thinking. No, right here. No, let's do Yeah. Just make sure it's good on both sides. Because sometimes it won't connect, believe it or not. Yeah, I think that feels right. Right? Or am I wrong? Looking at this, I feel like this is actually off too. I feel like I'm wasting space. Let's delete this. I don't like this. Yeah, okay. Because I was looking at it, I'm like, it looked weird. Like I feel like I was wasting topology. Yeah, okay. That's a lot better already. Yeah, look at this. I like this already. This is so much better. Right? I mean, I know, like I said, there's no one in here right now. But if someone does, they're probably all watching ZA, which I will be streaming tomorrow. I'm not a streamer or anything like that, so I don't have those connections of having an Australian version. I know a lot of streamers are doing that. They're like, no, I got an Australian account. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. You know, if I was like a streamer, I would probably do that too. I'd probably have multiple accounts in different countries. Or I guess not multiple, just whoever the country gets it first would be the best one to have. So in this case, I think is Australia is the first one, right? I think so. At least for Pokemon stuff. They're usually the first ones in, or I guess like anything Nintendo in general. They'll be the first ones. Yeah, look at that. I would like it if they did a release, like if like games did releases where it's like worldwide at this time. Well, but I get it. Also, doesn't benefit. Yeah, because it doesn't work if you do that worldwide. Everyone, this like you know what I'm talking about. Like I said, this I will be streaming that tomorrow. So if anyone wants to catch that, and I'll be doing it a little earlier. Normally I start my streams at 5. Well, 5 and no, not 5. I usually start them at 6 on Eastern time. So what is it? That's 3 o'clock Western time or Pacific time. But I will be starting a little earlier tomorrow, and then I'm actually gonna stream Friday too. I just because I want to play ZA with everybody, and I think it'll be really fun. And since this is a new game, I do think more like some people will be interested in checking me out because like, hey, who is this weirdo? You know, I think it will be a fun idea. Okay, let's see. Is this? I think that is gonna be fine. I was just making sure. See, I'm not sure if I should do retop on the arms though, just because the arms are gonna move a lot, and I'm thinking I might just keep them as a separate object, and then like I'll just have it like it kind of like clips inside and out of the body because it's like I know some games will do that. Kirby is a good example. They always do that with Kirby's models. If you didn't know this, oopsie, that is not what I want. Okay, connect that there. No. There we go. Wait. Wait, hold up. That is not. Hey, welcome in Unleashed TCG. Yeah, I'm just like chatting a little bit about my game and working on doing retops for a model. If you're wondering what the character is, it's the little pot character over here. It's called a Romy in the game. So you play as an Ishi, which is kind of like this person who's like special in a way. Like you're not like the chosen one, but you chose to be special in this game. And like their whole thing is that you're loved by these magical creatures or like spirits. But how are you? I haven't seen you in a quick minute. And I don't know if you've seen the coin game I'm also making that goes with these creatures. I am making a coin game. It's kind of like in the back burner right now, to be honest, just because like I moved and like been focusing on like regular work, and then like trying to do this at the same time. Like I started streaming, which is so fun. I actually really enjoy it. I anyone who's in this space, I feel like should stream. You know, like if you want to do games or you want to like be a designer or anything like that, I feel like you should stream. It is one of those skills that is extremely important You know, it's like it's what's it called? A soft skill. That's what it is. And but how are you? I know you've been working on your game. You know, I'm trying to remember. Did you release anything recently? Because I do follow you, and I have seen a few of your like a. I usually keep up with your stuff. Okay, this is not. It's not wanting to connect. Hold up. It's not working. No. Okay, hold up. Because what I'm trying to do is connect this one because they like soft connect. Hold up. Okay, let's move it, move it. Okay. So yeah, look, it's not. Let's get you to touch that. Okay, that's it. No, see, like it's really far apart. Oh, yeah, I see why. It is. It is not connecting to the ball. It's connecting to the leg. I knew it. That's why. Wait, what did you do? Hold up. So that is one thing that's a little annoying about doing retops. You see, like right now, it's connecting to this leg, like the inside of this. No, now it's connecting to the inside of it. I'm fantastic. I'm horrific at retoppling. All my models are terrifyingly untopalized. I've just been working away on my own TCG along with making a commercial indie game. Ooh, you are? I didn't know you were making a commercial indie game. That's awesome. I know you were working on your TCG, which is cool. I mean, I always I think that's so cool. I eventually I do want to start doing like collabs and stuff with people, but I do feel like it's a little early for me. You know, just because like it's I what I want to do, I want to get to the point where I could have like a trailer. It's like not a long trailer, just like a little trailer of my game. As soon as I have that, I want to start sharing it more and then like talking to other creators and stuff. I'm like, hey, do you want to collaborate? We could do things together. And you're one of those people I know. I've seen your stuff and like, oh, that'd be cool to do like some like kind of like cross promotion with that, which I think would be so fun. Like I said, I am working on my game like diligently whenever I can. Why is this doing this? It's not okay. Hold up. It is this not okay, I want to go back just because it is not being nice. Well, what is your game? I am so curious. You know, what is the commercial game? I'm so curious what it is. Because I haven't seen that. I haven't seen anything on that. I don't think I have. You know? Let's actually hold on. I'm gonna redo this. I feel like maybe if I do another layer. There we go. Yeah, that's gonna be a little better, I feel. Right? It's not just me, it's not yeah, okay. That feels like okay, that it works a lot. Nope. Nope. Okay. Let's just relax it. No. Oh my god. What did it make? Yeah, I was like, what did it make? No, yeah, so I want to do that. I want to. What is it? I'm making a psychological puzzle horror game set inside of a human body. Ooh, that is cool. That is a great concept. See, I'm actually not a big fan of horror games just because I'm a chicken, but I think it would be fun. Oh, I just realized my music came off. Oh, okay. Here, I didn't even realize my music went off. But no, anyway, so I put it on the music. I don't know, like if you like that music, if it's too loud or whatnot. I'll lower it a little bit. But no, see, I'm like too much of a chicken to play horror games. I tend to like, you know, action adventure games and stuff like that. Those are like my favorites. I also love playing games like social games. You know what I'm talking about? I like playing like multiplayer, couch co-op, stuff like that. Those are like my vibe. But I'll be totally down to play it. You know, I'll play your game. And I have played some indies on the channel, which I thought was so fun. I had like spoken to some people in the community and I asked them, hey, would it be cool if I played your game on stream? And they're like, yeah, of course. So that's like one of those things I want to do. I want to be able to play games just for you. Oh my God, that would be really funny. That actually, you know what? That is a funny idea because he said adding a chicken mode. That would be funny. So instead of making it scary, just make everything chickens. That would be really goofy. Like just like making like what's it called? Making everything like lose all of its edge. You know, like instead of like a knife, for example, it's like a rubber chicken. That would actually be a really funny mode for like a kid, like a kid-friendly game. You know, it's like, hey, if you want to play with your little brother or whatever, it's like little brother mode. I think that's what you could call it. Not saying you have to do this. I'm just being silly. Right? No, yeah. So like, it would be a really funny concept. It's like, yeah, there's regular mode, and then there's chicken mode for people who want to play the game, but they're too chicken to play it. So it just changes all the art to chicken art. That would actually be funny. I could actually imagine somebody doing that now. And I actually, yeah, I can imagine people, and like streamers would probably love that. You know, like actual streamers. I am not me, who's kind of a streamer. I am streaming, but I'm not. I don't live off of this. It's not my job. I mean, if it was my job, I would do it every day. See, look. See, this is why you gotta check. See this thing. What's doing here? Hold up. So let's make something out of this so I could delete it. And now let's delete it. Yeah, look, that was like model looking great, but oh, thank you so much. But yeah, so this is the source of the magic in the game. So like you're like I said, you're an adventurer. So you're able to like fight and stuff. But this guy is like, when you cast a spell, it comes out of him. Or it's a pot. You know, it's like a little pot dude. And there's different pots too. In the game, there's gonna be 3 different types of pots. And each of them are gonna have their own voices and personality. Well, they're gonna talk. Well, like imagine like I don't know if you played Pokemon, but like Rotom, you know, like the Rotom like phone or whatever. It's kind of like that in the game, but imagine like mixed with like a Grimorum, so you have magic and stuff. So I'm trying to retop this. It's not too bad looking. Just because this, if you look at it, when you do it with the like ZBrush, when you try to like retop stuff, you look at it, it won't give you very even like meshes. Like the mesh is kind of like crazy looking. Wait to play the game when it comes out. Sounds really interesting. Oh, thank you. Yeah, like so like the big take, because I've spoken to people before and they're like, well, why are you making a monster tamer? You know, there's so many already. I was like, yeah, but I still haven't seen anyone do what I want to do. You know, like, yeah, maybe it's not as nice as like Animo, which it looks gorgeous. I don't know if you've seen it. Animo looks really nice. It's probably not going to look as nice as that, because especially it's me by myself, first of all, you know, so I can't make everything look crazy like that. And then, you know, it's different, but like in their game, you become the creature. I don't want to do that. So what I want to do is, you are like an adventurer. You actually fight and you adventure. You have the weapons, also a board. You throw it and you slide on it. That's gonna be like the fast movement in the game. So like I said, so that's your fast movement, and then they'll have the creatures who will fight alongside you. So like you're more of like a leader role in the game. And then like also they're more like teammates. They're not your pets, which is like a big thing that I've never liked in Pokemon. Like when I imagine like Pokemon, I want to go on an adventure with them. I don't want to boss them around. I was making a psychological game. I was told the niche was too saturated. You know, I know, but I can relate. I haven't really seen anything like my project before. Okay, that's awesome. And like, that's the thing. A lot of people don't realize because they see so many things that are exactly the same. they don't realize you could expand it so much more. Like you could do a lot. You know, it's not just like, oh, you know, like for like I said, going back to the monster taming, everyone's like, oh, it's like Pokemon. It's like, well, like yes and no. There's more you could do with Pokemon. Even like look, Pokemon did ZA, which is coming out tomorrow. That's already a little different. It's different. It's still, you're still a trainer. You're telling them what to do, which is cool, but it's an action combat game, which is like, okay, that's cool. That's a little more in line what I'm working on, but even then it's not the same. I still haven't seen, probably the closest I would say to what I'm doing would be like Kingdom Hearts. Imagine Kingdom Hearts, but instead of having what's it called, Donald and Goofy, you got these creatures who like switch out all the time. You know, I think that's like the concept that I'm going with. Well, like I haven't seen your games. So I don't know what particular niche or what's your take on it. What's your tone, your voice? Which I think that's a big thing about being a designer. Like you have your own voice. You like you want to be able to share it. You know, lots of people think that you need a complete brand new game idea in order to make a successful game. That is just not true. Exactly. No, that is 100% true, because that's also another thing. When you do something that's too new, then people have no clue how to take it. Be like, how are you going to market it? Who's going to play your game? You know, but if you like, for example, like I said, with your game, it's a horror game. So who are you going to market it to? People who like horror games, which is a big market. You know, so there's a lot of people who like horror games, so they will probably like your game. You know, same with mine. It's a monster tamer, so a lot of people who like monster taming games would probably like it. And then another feature with mine, I don't know yours that much detail, but with mine, it's an action adventure. So people who probably like Zelda or, you know, Kingdom Hearts, stuff like that, they would probably enjoy playing mine too. Let's do, yeah. Check over here. Looks good. So I'm doing, yeah. Yeah, okay. So I'm thinking, it's funny because I'm actually thinking about just like covering it completely. Just because I thought about it. I'm not actually gonna make the arm. You know, I'm gonna make the arms more like Kirby. I don't know if you've ever seen Kirby's model. Kirby, his arms are like a separate object that clips inside of his body, just so it can move around better and it won't like warp the body. The legs, I will make them that they're part of it, part of the whole model, but the legs, the arms, I won't. The arm's gonna be like floaty bits inside, like so they clip inside of his body or its body. I keep saying he just because like I imagine like a dopey little dude, like this one, this particular one. And let's do that. Yes. Okay. And then let's go with, nope. Connect that. There we go. Look at that. It's already looking so fun. I've had so many problems when it comes to rigging arms. It's unreal. No, okay. See, that is a lot of times, I feel like a lot of people don't realize this. With the modeling, it is important because it ends up, you look at your model and like, if it's not modeled correctly, it will clip. Hey, welcome in, Kepi. Or Kepi Space to be exact. But it is always a pleasure to see you. If you're wondering, Unleashed. The Unleashed is in YouTube, the YouTube stream, and then Kepi is in the Twitch stream. Oh, like just warning you right now, I'm not going to be on that much longer. It is like a mini devlog. I don't usually last that long in these. Tomorrow I will be streaming Pokemon ZA, and I'll be playing a lot longer than I normally play. And I'm also gonna stream Friday too. But Friday I'll actually Friday I will be playing also with Bingo, the other character. Yeah, my daughter. My daughter's avatar will be in there. Her character's name is Bingo. So that will be a nice little extra surprise. I mean, you'll know, but like anyone else will be like, oh no, I didn't know you had another character in there. So yes, I was surprised you were still on with the devil. No, I know. I just was chatting and I was like, I want to work a little bit. So that's what I was doing. Instead of just chatting, instead of just like chatting how I normally do, I wanted to work a little bit while I chatted. So I think I might actually start doing that more. Drop by future streams. Yeah. So I stream Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday normally. Who knows? Maybe if I could move this more into like a full-time thing. I can't right now. It's still like a side thing. But if I could make it a full-time thing, then I would probably stream every day. But no, okay. So you got off work, Kepi. That's cool. It's actually great that you got off work, and one of the first things you do is come listen to me. That's awesome. That makes me feel very happy. Thank you. I seriously appreciate it. You are one of the people that I see. You're one of my regulars. I'm like, okay. Like I don't have too many people. Like obviously I'm still very new at this. I haven't been streaming too long. So it is nice to actually see people like, hey, I want to watch Oni. Oni and his streams, him just talking to himself. No. Okay, that is not going to happen right now. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. No, oh, well, I'll fix it. Why are you doing this? It's not connected. I should have just taken off the arms, to be honest. I wasn't going to use them. Okay, let's do that again. There we go. Jeez. And then let's do... Yeah, it's not being happy. It is not happy with the idea I had. I'll probably fix that later, just because I am gonna start wrapping up. But what do you think so far? It is not too bad. Actually, let me relax this because I'm looking at it and it's not looking good. It's looking so lumpy. So what I'm doing, if you're curious, I am relaxing it. See. You relax. It doesn't, when you relax, it doesn't actually move the empty spots. It only moves the parts in between. See? Which I think is so cool. It has that feature. I don't know if Blender does that though. Wait, did I mean to? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I want to keep this these edges a little sharper. Eventually, I want to work full time as a game dev. Yeah, same. However, I don't think Godot is a very industry standard engine compared to others. No, 100%. Godot is, I haven't tried it, but I hear it is good, but it is a little new. You know what I mean? Like nothing wrong with the new, but there's not a lot of, how can I say it? There's like not a lot of games, like these high-end games made with it. It hasn't been like tested correctly, I feel. I use Unity for my own projects. At least for now, at least for the prototype, I'll be using Unity. I don't know if I might switch to Unreal. Maybe, who knows? I know, like I've seen some people switch to Unreal just because like Unity has been like iffy as a company and stuff. Like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna use Unity for now. Like I said, I'm gonna continue working on the demo. Or prototype, to be honest. It's more of a prototype at this moment. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna keep working on that. And then hopefully, I was hoping, I don't really think I'm gonna be able to do, like have the demo, not the demo, but the prototype ready for the end of the month. That's what I was really hoping for. But I've been like extra busy with like work and stuff, so. But anyways, thank you all for hanging out with me. Like seriously, it makes me so happy to see you guys. You might try Unreal. Need to get a new computer beforehand though. No, I know. That is one thing. No joke. I've heard Unreal is crazy on the PC. It is not like you need like a a beast of a machine to actually do anything there. I think my piece is okay. I wouldn't say it's like a beast, but I think it's good enough that I probably could run Unreal. I don't know. I'll see. Like I said, right now I'm still using Unity, but I wanted to say again, thank you all for hanging out with me. You know, on Unleashed TCG, thank you so much. Maybe I do, like I said, I want to see about collaborating and stuff like that. I think that'd be really fun. I could maybe talk about that a little bit in the near future. Kepi Space, always a pleasure to see you. Seriously, it makes me so happy to see when you jump in and you say, hey, I'm like, hey, Kepi. I'm like, okay. But yes, tomorrow I will be streaming ZA, and Friday I'll be streaming ZA for a little bit more. Like tomorrow I'm going to go 5 o'clock my time. So what is that? It's 2 o'clock in Pacific. And then Friday I'm going to be streaming. I don't know what time exactly. I have to see. I might stream early in the day and then stop and then stream again later in the day. I will see, because I want to stream a bit on Friday. So, oh, and I just saw, wait, Cloud Chica. I'm actually about to go off right now, but it's great to see you. If you want, you could watch the stream after I leave. You can start it over. Yeah, I know. I ended up talking a lot longer than I normally talk. Usually my short streams, I only do like 20-30 minutes. But today, oh, looking at, I'm already 45 minutes in. Yeah, I'm definitely going to leave. My family's going to kill me. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Goodbye.